Assalamualaikum. Okay, we meet again in this short video to discuss subtopic in chapter 2 about protocols. Okay, in subtopic 2.4, we will discuss about data encoding and decoding, decoding and encoding system. Okay, signal encoding techniques. Okay, encoding into a digital signal. So we have the signal, digital or in analog form, goes to the encoder. So we have encoder here, and come out the digital signal. Okay, digital signal, and then goes into the decoder. Okay, so this modulation onto an analog signal. So you have a signal here, analog signal, the carrier signal, the analog signal and the carrier signal combines into the modulator and becomes modulated signal. Then the signal, when it goes to demodulator, then the signal is unmodulated. Okay, so this is the output of encoding process. This is the output of modulation process. So this is a summary, brief description of encoding and decoding process for this A figure, and modulation and demodulation process for B. Details, of course, this topic, encoding and decoding, modulation and demodulation, is far more complicated than this figure. You need to find on your own. I guess you have learned this topic in previous semester or same semester, maybe a previous semester in principal communication. So this topic being covered in that subject. So in this data comm, we will just discuss briefly about this encoding and modulation topics. Okay, digital data, digital signal. Digital signal is discrete, discontinuous. So digital means discrete. Okay, discontinuous voltage pass. So this describe the digital data, digital signal. Each pass is a signal element. So you have this pass signal element. Okay, you have one element, two element. So each point is the signal. Okay, so binary data encoded into signal elements. So you have this binary data 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, and encoded into signal element. You have this signal in volts. Okay, so this is example of the signal element. So here in this case you have high 5 volt for 0. Jangan, please do not confuse. You have sometimes you will deal with data like this, meaning data, zero data, or 0 is represented by high. Normal signal is 0 represented by low or 0 volts, and 1 is represented by high. But in this case, it is the other way around, or the other way around. We will discuss. Sometime we will discuss later about this type of data. Okay, a look back at digital communication systems. So we have analog source, the signal, the information, go to A to D, and log to digital conversions. Okay, under A to D you have a pulse modulation, which cover PWM, PPM, PAM. So you still remember PWM? Path width modulation, pulse position, pulse amplitude modulation. Okay. Next is pulse code modulation, PCM, and third is delta modulations. So you have these A to D, analog to digital conversion. So for modulator, at the modulator, you have a source encoder, channel encoder. Okay, for source encoder, you have line coding, line coding RZ and RZ, AMI, and etc. Okay, for line coding, RZ is return 0 and RZ is non-return 0. Okay, for channel encoder, you have binary modulation, ASK, FSK, PSK. For channel encoder, so ASK is amplitude shift keying, FSK is frequency shift keying, P phase shift keying, okay, etc. and so on. And then you have a power amplifier. So what is line coding? This. What is line coding? Process of converting binary data sequence of bits to a digital signal. Okay, so you have binary data sequence of bits. Binary data normally we have 010101 like this lah. This is binary data to a digital signal. Digital signal is in form of high and lows, or lows and highs. Okay, so the pattern of voltage, current, or photons is modified to represent the digital data on a transmission link. So you have digital data and you have digital signal. So encoding is the process to convert digital data to represent in terms of digital signal. Example, binary 1 is mapped to plus 5 volts. This is what is common lah. 1 represent to 5 volts, 0 represent to minus 5, or sometimes you have 0. Okay, so the sender sends digital data, and then through the link the encoder will convert the digital data into digital signal and send through the transmission link. At the decoder, the digital signal will be converted back into digital data. 010101. Okay. Why we need line coding? So the information signals, PCM, line coding channel. Information signal goes to PCM, and you will have binary data, and the binary data goes into line coding, and then from line coding you have digital signal. So digital signal is sent through the channel or the link. The purpose of a line coding is to match the output signal to the channel for baseband transmission. Line coding also allows the following process to be done to digital data. First process is synchronization, second is error detection, and thirdly is error correction. So why we need line coding? So we need the line coding in order to allow this process to be able to be done to the digital data. First is synchronization, second is error detection, and thirdly is error correction. So here we have various type of encoding. So we have first is NRZ, non-return zero, NRZL, NRZI, AMI, pseudo ternary. Okay. Fifth is Manchester encoding scheme, Manchester scheme, and sixth is differential Manchester. So how come this scheme give different output? Okay, so there are different principle behind each of these scheme. Okay, so this one you should go further on your own. So you need to understand how this signal, how the output become like this. Okay, for the same digital binary data, you have different signal, different output using these different types of technique or scheme, encoding scheme. NRZL, NRZI, bipolar, AMI, pseudo ternary Manchester, and differential Manchester. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for this topic. We will discuss the next topic of multiplexing and demultiplexing in the next video. Okay, until then, that's all. We meet again. Okay, bye-bye.